Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here in Paradise and I have the all-new 2019 Honda Passport. This one is an elite level trim, the top trim level, and has all-wheel drive. So let's talk a little bit about the Honda Passport. The Honda Passport actually first came out on the scene all the way back in 1994. Went from 1994 to 2002. Honda decided after 2002 to eliminate it from its lineup. Since then, it seems that in Honda's lineup, there's been something missing. They have the HRV, they have the CRV. The jump from the CRV to the Pilot is a big one. I think it's very important that they had something to slot in between those two vehicles. And guess what? That's where this Passport finds that sweet spot in between the CRV and the Honda Pilot. What's wonderful is that you're gonna have some different trim level options. When you go with the all-wheel drive on the Passport, not only are you getting the power to all four wheels, but you actually get the Passport a little bit higher off the ground, 8.1 inches off the ground. Let's go ahead, dive into the Passport. This one, we want to really focus on the all-wheel drive, and as you can see, we're going to be taking it on a little bit off-road trails, so get ready for that. But let's go ahead and check out the styling. Right off the bat, I love this color combination. This beautiful metallic blue with everything blacked out on the front really hits the nail on the head. You have full LED lighting, love the style, looks very, very sinister, great look. As we drop down, you have your fog lamps and everything else nicely integrated. No fake vents, none of that stuff, and everything is nice flat black, so it's gonna take that beating. As we come across the front, you have that beautiful Honda logo smack dab there in the center. Interesting grille design because what you see on the bottom is different from the top, but I think it really gives the front of this Passport a lot of personality. And I think Honda had to be careful with this looking too bland. I think they hit the nail on the head. As we go up under the hood, some very nice body lines. I love this center section here because you have two that rise and then just drift back towards the windshield. Really shows the intent and purpose of this being a vehicle that you can take off-road. As we come around the bend here, flat black, you can see we've already been playing a little bit. That's the purpose of this Honda Press Fleet vehicle. They wanted us to really test the all-wheel drive capability, but you have these gloss black. I know it's hard to tell, but they're gloss black, 20-inch wheel. Love the style. I think it works perfect with the paint. You got the flat black around the fender wells, and it runs all the way down the bottom, that flat black, and that's what's going to help take the beating. Blacked out mirrors on the Elite trim. I think this is great because it really works well with the blacked out design going out on the front of the Passport. And then you can see this one has your gloss black roof rails with the crossbars. You could go ahead and put kayaks, your bike, whatever you got up there, nicely set up with the way that the body lines are on the door. And I think it was smart not to put a bunch of gloss black all over the window frames. You just have it here and then nice flat black everywhere else. As we get to the back, very nice large rear quarter window. That's gonna let in some really good lighting, really give great visibility from inside, whether you're the driver or any of the passengers. And as we come around to the back, as I'm about to step in mud, as we come around the back, you have a nice low roof spoiler that extends out, and then very, very clean. You can see just how flat it is, gloss black across the back. There's that Elite badge with all-wheel drive, and I think one of my favorite parts of this Passport is the dual exhaust. Functional exhaust, they're not fake, they actually work. You do have your whole tow hitch set up. This could actually tow up to 5,000 pounds with that V6 underneath the hood. Speaking of the V6, let's go ahead, pop the hood and check it out. All right guys, we got the hood popped on the Honda Passport. One thing I would like to see change, and I'm gonna zonk, is that hood prop rod. You know, the hood isn't very heavy, but it would not be nice to have hydraulic struts. Underneath the hood though is something that should be very familiar, especially if you've been around a Honda Pilot. That is that 3.5 liter V6 engine. It's connected not to a CVT, but a 9-speed automatic transmission. That V6 is pumping out 280 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. The way that this one is trimmed out, this particular Passport with the all-wheel drive weighs in around 4,237 pounds. You could tow up to 5,000 pounds. 0 to 60, it's pretty snappy, 5.8 seconds. If you're wondering about MPGs, you're gonna get 19 in the city and 24 on the highway. Nice, versatile, flexible power setup on this Passport. Let's go ahead, fire it up, and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside the 2019 Honda Passport Elite. I'll admit, it's pretty nice in here. I do like the way that this one is trimmed out. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the MSRP on this particular one? You're looking around MSRP $44,000, but like I said, that's Elite trim level with all-wheel drive. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. So the door panels, a lot of dark material, but you know what? If you are gonna be taking this camping, off-road and whatnot, that's probably a good thing to help keep it clean. You have nice soft material at the top portion of the door, the armrest, and just a little bit of gloss black. What I do like is all the pockets there. You almost have a split level door pocket set up to where you have plenty of room for cups, your tablets. If you're still reading magazines or books, hopefully you are reading, you'll have plenty of places to put it. Soft material on the dash, and I like the way that the dash is nice and far forward, and it's very, very low, so it gives you a great view out over the hood. When we look at the infotainment system, this is an 8-inch infotainment system, obviously with navigation, very, very clear, very easy to use. The one thing that you may not love about it is that it doesn't have a lot of buttons. If you need physical buttons, you're gonna have to use the ones on the steering wheel, but here you could swipe or you could actually press whatever floats your boat. You do have the famous volume knob. That's if you want to fine tune your sounds through your system here. You got your dual climate control, very easy to use, very easy to get to. Heated and cooled seats, that's a wonderful thing. Little tiny pocket here. This is where a DVD player would go if you had that option in, but I have my garage door opener nicely placed in there. You have wireless charging pad, USB, and a 12 volt, very easy to get to. Gloss black, I know how you feel about this, a lot of you. Just don't touch it, you don't have to worry about it. You have your push button start. This is gonna get you through that 9-speed automatic. If you press the D twice, that's gonna put you in sport mode, which is gonna adjust how the transmission is shifted through and all that good stuff. You do also have, because of the all-wheel drive, different terrain modes, mud, sand, different things like that, to really take advantage of the all-wheel drive system. Now, one thing that I like and I don't like at the same time is there's no center armrest. But what you do get is this wonderful area in here where it's really nice and deep. You could put lots of things in here. You could buy a bag of Lay's chips, the family size, and get that in here. USB and another 12 volt, nicely placed. You cover it up. I guess for me, when it comes to the interior, the one thing I don't like are these captain's chairs. I wish that the armrests were a little bit wider. They're also ratcheting, which I guess if you want to sit like this, they got you covered, but I don't know, I just wish they were just a little bit wider. Seats though, comfortable, supportive, and they look really great. Now normally I'm not a fan of light colored seats, but it works in here because guess what? It actually brightens up the interior. And on the Elite, of course, you have a nice size sunroof for the driver and passenger up here to let those sun rays come down and just give you wonderful vitamin D. But why don't you come over to the business end and I'll show you behind the wheel of this 2019 Passport. All right, guys, business end on the driver's side. You see you got full electric assist on the seat, get it to contour to your body perfectly. Steering wheel, I like the size, I like the thickness, and I like these buttons because they don't put that clear film over it, like clear harder plastic. Heated steering wheel, all the different controls, very easy to get to. I like a little bit of gloss black, and even the horn button is nicely shaped. Dash, easy to read, easy to understand. So you have a digital display there in the center for your tachometer and speedometer. You have a coolant gauge that's analog, fuel gauge that's analog, and then here's your different drive modes. So you have normal, snow, look at that, I like the way it's actually snowing in the image, mud, and then sand. So cool that you get the cool looking image, but also nice that they give you that flexibility in the driving of this Passport, no matter what the terrain is. Very comfortable, 6 feet tall. I got tons of headroom, and it even has one of my favorite things, a frameless auto dimming mirror. That makes life a lot easier, and it really clears up the view out the front windshield. But why don't we go ahead, check out the back seat and see how your passengers are going to be living life in the Passport. All right, guys, back seat time in the Passport. Now remember, Passport is a traditional SUV. It's not 3-row. You got your 5-passenger, but you know what? Tons of room. I could swim through here so nicely, tons of room. What's also great is, let's take a look at the seats. So seats are nicely wrapped all the way in leather. Look how smart this is. They engineered a nice little pocket for your cell phone. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna prove it right now, right here on Rady's Ride. So I'm gonna take out my cell phone and I'm gonna put it nicely right there. Look at that. Now you could actually connect it to the command center very easily. Our command center is very usable. You got 2 air vents, you got all the controls, rear seats are heated, you have a home power source and your USB nicely placed down low, out of the way. Seats are great though. I'm really digging the seats because they slide. Look at that. I can sit here in paradise and slide on the seat, or you could tilt it back, which is really nice. So you could actually recline it any which way that you want. My OCD is kicking in. I gotta get it straight perfect, but there you go. And then of course, armrest time. Nice, soft. I just wish, I'm gonna zonk these. I wish that they were horizontal. Not major zonks in this Passport, but just little things just to make it a little bit more comfortable, because guess what? Now you don't have any real estate for your elbow. But why don't we go ahead, check out the real estate in the back, the cargo area, because it's gonna blow your mind. All right, guys, probably one of the most impressive things on this Passport. You push the button, it's electric assist lifting. Not too slow, not too quick, but look at all this room. Very impressive. With the seats up, how much room that you have. Obviously, those seats could go down, and Honda's done it smart. It's not like this electric assist. The seagulls are going crazy. I think they're about to attack me. But you push the button, look at that. Nicely down, I'll reach on this side. Boom, nice flat down. And then even when it comes to Honda, they know that, hey, you're gonna buy some Christmas gifts for your kids, you need to hide them. This is a great place to hide them and just store it down there. Say, hey, don't touch. If they ask what's underneath there, so you don't need to know. You got 2 little cubbies on both sides, really great. But I think when it comes to versatility and space, Passport has it down, notch, top down, especially when you compare it to the CR-V. Because the CR-V, they're great too, but this thing just really takes the cake. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more off-roading in this Passport. All right, guys, we're in the 2019 Honda Passport, that elite high-level trim with all-wheel drive. I know the biggest thing we have in Florida is a speed bump in a parking lot, but I felt since this was all-wheel drive, I would take it a little off-roading, if you even want to call it that, just to showcase how great this is. Now remember, like I said earlier, being all-wheel drive, we are at 8.1 inches, not 7.6. So we are sitting up a little bit higher. I'm gonna go ahead and put in drive, push button start, and we're off. Gets the power down very nicely, as you can see. We're gonna go through a little like whoop section here. Really does the business transferring the power to the wheels. Really nicely done. Really good. I mean, it handles great. It's a car that a vehicle you could drive every single day, yet if you need to do some off-roading like we are, it gets it done. It really does. All right, guys, we're gonna go back through, just like I said, to showcase the wonderful traction in this thing. I'm gonna put it into mud and sand. Well, actually, I'll put in sand since we're mostly on sand. That's gonna allow us to move around a little bit, but see, you can see here, really great. I mean, this thing handles amazing. Really nice. It really puts a smile on your face. And like I said, I know this is nothing compared to what some of you guys have in your backyard, but it really does handle. It handles really great. It really does. All right, guys, in between our little off-roading drive that we're doing, I wanted to take it on the street as well, just to show you how comfortable it is to drive. I really do like how everything is placed in this Passport. Very well thought out, You would think like the navigation screen would be hard to see with it leaning towards the windshield, but there's like no glare on it. Steering wheel, everything, driving position, you feel really at command, and I like that overall. And it's just so smooth to drive, which is great. All right, guys, pulling on this highway, I'm gonna go ahead and get on a little bit. Like I said, 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. Really gets up and goes at a great pace, and just very, very pleasantly surprised with every aspect of this Passport. What's cool is that there's a green LED light when you're driving, getting the maximum out of your MPGs. It lights up green. Once you start to add throttle, then that green light becomes clear or white. So that's another thing, just to help you get the most from your wallet when it comes to the fuel pump and whatnot. But this is a vehicle that you could fit 5 people in very comfortably, plus have the kayaks, bikes, wherever you're going. It really is that vehicle for somebody who is an outdoors adventure kind of person. But we're gonna do a little bit more off-road back in some sand in a second, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, I'm gonna now put it into sand mode, and that is gonna adjust how we're handling here. You can see, I'm telling you, this thing is so capable. It's way more capable than you could ever imagine. Watch through this little splash zone here. Really nice. But anyways, hopefully this gave you a little bit of a taste of how capable this Passport is. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, so give us a split second to kind of recompose ourselves and get ready for the wrap up. So I'll see you in a split second. Guys, it's been one heck of a day out here in Paradise. I definitely got to thank Davis and everybody at Honda for allowing me access to this really wonderful Honda Passport press fleet vehicle. If these are the types of things that you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on Rady's Rides, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. We got to give it up to Big Guns McGee. He's wearing his army green camo Rady's Ride shirt. He's loving it. He's loving life. We're out here in Paradise. We're gonna go for a little swim, drink a little bit of protein, and then move on to the next. So thank you, Tom, for all your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.